Hey, y'all. So, have I got anybody yet? Well, there's somebody. Maybe it's just me. Let's see here. Let me get set up on the other side of this coin. Let's see. View on YouTube. Turn that volume off. Yeah, probably me and one other. Who's here? Oh, we got some folks now. Who we got here today? Yeah, it's Soul Flusher. It's totally true. You know, banjo players get all the women. Not all the women, just all the good women. Let's put it that way. Hello over in LJ. Neighbors. Tallapoosa. Gannapolis. I got folks from all over here. Good. Why ain't you folks at work? I sat outside and tried to work on a video today, and man, the number of cars that went by. We live out in the country here, and the number of cars that went by today was just amazing. Excuse me. Working from home. Corey, you just got a banjo. What lick? Go do my 10 lesson series. I think other folks in here will tell you to do that. I'm a believer. so do that. Delfest. I don't have plans for that. Tommy Ellis out in Vacaville. Tell my son hello if you see him out that way. You'll see him. He's a big old tall gamer. Let's see. Yeah, I've got folks from all over. Could I explain round peak? No, I can't. I haven't the slightest clue. I mean, I can play some old time. I can play some clawhammer. But as far as being able to explain different styles, man, leave that one to Tom Collins. He's got a channel, and that man can pick. And he's got some good instructions, and he does talk about round peak. I really don't know much about it. Do I play live in Georgia often? Every time I play, just about, I'm in Georgia since I live here. No, I play around, just different places. Not playing a lot live right now. I got a gig coming up at the Chattanooga Zoo, the Crew and Brew. No, it's the Q and Brew at the Zoo, and I'm playing with Lou Womp and the Blue-tastic Fangrass this Saturday from 6 till 9, something like that. So come enjoy the brew and the zoo and Lou. I'll be there. And do a deep dive into Rubin. You know, I don't know how much deeper I can go. I showed you pretty much in my Rubin video, I showed you every lick that I know for Rubin. I mean, I don't know how to dive much deeper than to showing you everything that I know. Circle of fifths songs. Every song that I know uses the circle of fifths. I don't build songs with a circle of fifths, but I know if you grab a circle of fifths and you look at those 6 chords right there together, those are the chords that are in the bulk of every song. I mean, I don't think musically that way. You know, when I'm talking, okay, let's break this down. When I'm talking to you guys, I am not thinking, okay, I need a verb here and an adjective, and what preposition do I need to use? And is this the I don't know what part of speech I'm using. I'm just talking. And when I'm playing, that's pretty much how I'm operating there too. I really don't. I don't think in terms of music theory, guys. I really don't. Let's see here. One of my favorite strings. I really like banjo strings. I don't have a brand favorite. I do like, I do have a, I do like a standard light gauge set, like the Vega lights, whatever gauge that is. I like those pretty good, and gauges around that. On my and this is what I use on my the Recording King M5. On my RK35, I use a 9.5 set, kind of like the old JD Crow set. Let's see, where should I go buy my next banjo? I really don't know. It depends on where you are. I mean, there's a lot of places you can get a banjo. Do I like Huber banjos? Yeah, I've played a bunch of them. I've got a friend, I've got several friends that have them. I got a friend here locally. I helped pick one out, and yeah, they're fantastic. Can I do a video on variations of Cripple Creek for the 5-string banjo? Hang on. There's one out there now. It's been out there. It's a Cripple Creek expansion pack. So there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of them out there already. Yeah. So I mean, here's my thoughts on that. If I show you variations, then they're not variations. They're just me showing you different ways that I play. So like Cripple Creek, I can go, or I can go, or I could go, or I could go. I mean, any little thing that'll fit in that hole is kind of how that works. And did I learn that? Maybe by trial and error, but not really. Nobody showed me those things. I knew how to do, and I thought, well, what if I go, what if I do that? What if I just did backwards or pull-offs? I can do that. And maybe that doesn't sound great, but when I'm experimenting and trying to figure out what sound I'm after, that's kind of what I do. Let's see. Where in Georgia should you shop for a banjo? Just depends on what you want. Jeff Holwell's got a banjo warehouse down in Atlanta. That's a pretty good place to look. $1,000 to $1,500. Recording King RK35, RK36. That's pretty much it. Let's see. Advantages of an arch top over a flat top. They're brighter. I mean, that can be your advantage. You can call that an advantage if that's what you're after. But that's definitely that's one of the reasons we play the arch top. That's why I drag mine out. Banjo 5 strings down in Brazil. Well, I'd love to go to Brazil. Let's figure out a way to get me there. Carolina, am I going to do a video on Carolina Traveler? I don't even know it. I kind of know what I know. Yeah, I've never heard that. How do I get my finger picks to stop from hitting the head of the banjo? Boy, you're going to get the smart aleck response on that one. Just stop hitting the head of your banjo with your picks. You're reaching in too far and you're hitting them with hitting it with the picks. Don't do that. Tighten up your fingers. Just, it's like, how do I stop closing my fingers in my car door? You just stop. So, and I mean, I hate to say it like that, but I mean, really, if you're hitting your banjo head with your picks, then the real solution is just don't do that. I mean, Wandering Boy, bring back to me my wandering boy. There's no other that bring me joy. That one, Josh. If that one, yeah, I've heard that one. But if it's like a group or an artist, no. Let's see. Good banjo players to be listening to besides me. Well, yeah, Earl Scruggs. Start there. Get the Foggy Mountain Banjo album. Digest that. It's 12 songs. There's 12 songs on that album. And if you want to be a bluegrass banjo player, that's the album. Get that. It's kind of like the Bible. You really need that one. There's others, you know. There's J.D. Crowe, Sonny Osborne, Don Reno. Let's see here if I missed some questions. I probably have. Y'all go so fast. Dun, 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 dun. No, I think I'm good here. Wow. Okay. How many we got here? 75. 81. I don't know. Got a bunch. Let's see. Yeah, Raymond Fairchild's good. I listened to him a bunch when I was a kid. Ralph Stanley. I listened to Ralph a bunch. 81 Crow. Yeah, Russ Carson's a good picker. He's solid. Let's see. Do you have any songs I love to play on the banjo that aren't typically meant for the banjo? Not really. You know? I mean, the bulk of what I listen to is, you know, I listen to bluegrass music. So the bulk of what I listen to is banjo related. So no, I don't guess I even, I mean, I could probably play something, but I don't know if I have anything that's typically not considered. Oh, here you go. So there's you a song that's not typically played on the banjo. Last Date. So there you go. How does one wrap their head around clawhammer as a beginner? First, don't use your head, use your hands. There's really not a lot. I mean, starting clawhammer, really not a whole lot to think about. And I've got videos. But you just, it's a, that's all you got to wrap your head around. It's just it's a stroke toward the banjo and a stroke away from the banjo. Hello, John Bremer, all the way over in Scotland. See, I did this video, I was thinking some of you folks might still be awake. Across the globe. Get a pretty big swath here. Can I do a video on y'all come? Well, you know, I used to play that. Sean, yeah, I play Dooley. Dooley. Dooley? I've actually got a video, Sean, for how to play Dooley. There's some Dooley. Let's see here. Severin, good to see you, man. You know, Carol, you know, I got big hands, but you know, I'm a big guy. But you know, and you don't, but the thing of it is, and I hear a lot of excuses for, you know, my hands are too big, my fingers are too big, my hands are too small, my fingers are too short, you know, and I hear all of this stuff, and then I go out into the world and I see I see banjo players of all shapes and sizes with all different size hands. And some people, you know, like Barry Abernathy with a disfigured left hand, and he's managing. So, you know, it's is there, you know, so try not to get, y'all don't get too hung up on, you know, how big your hands are. Size doesn't matter. All right, Tommy, go do some good work. Let's see here. Well, I'll do a tutorial on when y'all come. You know, maybe. I mean, that's one that I know I have played in the past. Let me see if I even remember it. Man, it's almost like Wreck of the Old 97. I bet you if you went and did my whole 97 lesson, then you can probably figure out y'all come. Wow. Yeah, that's there's a brain thing for me. Yeah, Joe, I'm on TikTok. You know, y'all follow me on TikTok. Get me to 1,000. I'll do a live stream on TikTok. TikTok. Probably better if I could say it. Let's see here. Uh-oh, I see a good question. For a natural live sound, what is your opinion on using an acoustic amp versus playing in front of a microphone or a clip? Man, I still just rather play. I'd rather play into an SM57 through a cheap PA system than to plug in and put a pickup. I've got a pickup. I've got, you know, and I've got a good pickup on my RK35. I use the LR bags, and it sounds okay. It sounds okay. It sounds, you know, and I even used it on the Opry stage, you know, I just plugged in. It was simple. But, I mean, you just don't get the dynamics with a pickup. And like with a clip-on mic, those are pretty cool. I've used those before too, but I can't back away from it. It follows me. So when I try to back away from the mic to work the mic to play, you know, I can't back away from it. The darn thing follows my banjo around. So I still rather play in front of a mic. But, you know, let's see, Sean learning Ballad of Jed. Well, hang in there. When am I going to make a Christmas album? Probably never. I just don't play a lot of, and I never have played a lot of Christmas music. Hello, over Derbyshire, England. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Oh, Rory, thanks a lot. I'm glad I can help. I'm glad I can help anybody figure this out. Speaking of banjo players, Leroy Troy. Leroy's great. I think I've got video of him out here on my channel somewhere. I think it's out there. Let's see here. Flint Hill with my eyes closed. Great. When you make the Cripple Creek slide, you go from the 2nd fret to the 4th or to the 3rd. Yes, I do. I do both, and I sometimes bend. I bend. And there's different places to do the bend. I usually bend before I slide. Some people slide and then bend. I mean, there's all kind of things. Let's see. When using 5th string capo, do you pull it over the fret bar, between the fret bars? I don't know. I use spikes. I got the little railroad spikes. Can y'all see them? There you go. But that's what I use. That's what works for me. Just. Let's see here. What have I got? Josh, I like some of the Celtic stuff, you know, like Tom Hanway does, but man, I can't play any of that. It was so far removed from what I do. Neil Franklin, glad I can help, man. Let's see. Do I prefer 3-finger or claw hammer? Really, I don't. I don't have a preference. And as far as recommending one or the other for a beginner, if you are a beginner and you want to learn claw hammer, then I will recommend claw hammer. If you are a beginner and you want to learn 3-finger, then I will recommend 3-finger. It's different. I mean, it would be like me recommending you to learn to play flute before you started on banjo. If you want, if you want to learn claw hammer, then start with that. If you want to learn 3-finger, start. Don't try. There's not a shortcut. There's not an easy way to do this. Learn the thing that the easy way to do it is to learn the thing that you want to learn. Don't say, well, I'll learn claw hammer first because somebody told me it was easier. Well, but what if you didn't want to be a claw hammer player? So there's that. Do I know poor Ellen Smith? I've never met her. I've never met her. Hang on, my chat down here is disconnected. I wonder why. I wonder what happened here. Let's see, testing, because I see questions going. All right, somebody, let me see. Yeah, oh, I know it's a song, Poor Ellen Smith. And I've probably played it. Shot through the heart. I don't know. That's about the extent of my poor Ellen Smith. Let's see. A banjo meetup. Well, yeah, I meet up with folks fairly regular, different things. Be at the Chattanooga Zoo this weekend. Meet anybody that comes out. Yeah, I saw Paul Warren play that on the old Flat and Scruggs video. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Let's see here. Well, looks like I've lost my, hang on here. We'll just start this over. We'll quit that. There we go. The internet's being sketchy. Well, there's that. Y'all y'all still with me? Vamping, please. You mean vamping? I have videos on that. I mean, you can go out and watch my beginning backup videos. I teach a little vamping. Let's see here if I can see my chat. How would a beginner get started in a jam? Go to a jam. Go. Sit far away from the pickers that are picking, but go and see if you can follow along with anything that they're doing. I mean, that's how you get started. I don't know Old Shrimp Holler. I can tell you that. That one I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to see if I can see. Cool version of Fireball Mail up the neck. Gosh, I don't know. Like a lesson or me to just pick it? Let's see if I can get see if I can see my questions again, y'all. They're going by pretty quick. Any suggestions for what to do after we finish the first 10 lessons? Yeah, I have a solution for that too. I have a playlist out here. It's called Learn These Next. And I truly recommend to go and learn those next. Do I like Billy Strange? Yeah, I like some of his stuff. Let's see. Angeline the Baker. Yep, I may actually have a video lesson for that too. How many hours a day practice? You know, as much as you can practice. As long as you're feeling like it's being productive and you're getting something out of it, then yeah, knock yourself out. I used to play 7-8 hours a day when I was a kid. Of course, I didn't have any other responsibilities, so. Ed, yeah, I'd love to bring my band to the UK. Ramblers, we went to Ireland, both Ireland and Northern Ireland, so technically UK, Northern Ireland, back in 2016, and would love to go back. Would love to go back. Got to figure out what we're going to do. Let's see. Replacing the nut on the 5th string. I replaced the nut on the 5th string. It's now about which nut? You mean the little pip? Did you replace the pip or what? Yeah, it could be cut kind of weird. I'm not sure. I'm not really a repair guy. I usually wind up having to take mine to somebody to get it fixed. Can I improv write a song called Old Shrimp Holler? Probably. Let's see. Cedar Mountain Banjos. I'm really not familiar with them. Let's see. Do I know the song Wabash Cannonball? Yes, I do. I just posted a version of that on my TikTok. I got a video of that coming out in a day or two. Let's see. Live gigs, Josh. Yeah, live gigs are slowly coming back. I've got one, I've done 4 this year, 4. And I've got one more, I got another one coming this weekend. And I got some other stuff. There's a big festival coming up 1st of October, and then we're doing a thing with the Cleverleys sometime in October too. So got stuff happening. Big Chief, yeah, I don't really have practice drill recommendations because that's not kind of how I practice. If I'm working on Cripple Creek, then I work on Cripple Creek, and I work on the things in Cripple Creek. So, I would break down just the bits and pieces of it, but I don't, and I guess my thought on that is this: I don't give my students sheets and practice drills because that's something else they got to learn. And if you're going to spend time learning, this practice drill, why didn't you take that time and learn to play banjo signal, banjo in the hollow, Cripple Creek? Use it to do something else like that. Don Anderson, yeah, I can demonstrate vamping, but it's a video series, a beginning bluegrass banjo backup series. It's a mouthful. That goes into that and in great detail. Let's see here. Hey, Ashley Fagan. James McMahon asked, do I have an arrangement for Kenny Rogers the Gambler? No. I really don't have arrangements for stuff like that. I mean, there's not a banjo part in it. When I heard Kenny Rogers play that, and I remember when it came out, it's like, yeah, it's a cool song. There's no banjo part. And so I didn't sit down and try to figure it out. But I can assure you that you can take the information from my 10 lesson series and some of the other stuff, maybe, add, subtract, whatever you want, and come up with your own arrangement for the Gambler. Nobody has to show you how to do this stuff. Let's see. How do I get more free time so you can practice banjo more? Banjo Boomer, quit your job. Oh, let's see. Yes, Sean, I've seen Paul Warren play Will Mule. Let's see. All right, I'm scrolling here. All right, I may have missed stuff, but here we are. Mark, yeah, I'm mostly healed up. This knuckle's still a pain, and this knuckle's still kind of a pain. I don't have the reach that I'd like to have with it, but hey, it's working. I'm picking, so. Joe Ivy, I do not have videos walking you through all the chords because y'all write this down. It's a waste of time to memorize a bunch of chords that you ain't going to use. Let me repeat that. It's a waste of time to memorize a bunch of chords that you ain't going to use. I don't learn a chord. I don't learn a thing until I absolutely have to learn it. It's not help. And if you know your ABCs and you know your musical ABCs, then you know all the chords. If you can count and you can say your ABCs. And so I'm not going to do a video like that because it's just practice for the sake of practice. And it's like, okay. And there's companies out there that's selling you books of chords for the banjo. You can buy a wall chart of chords for the banjo. And I just don't see the point in that. So that's, yeah. So I'm just not going to do it. I mean, furthermore, there's better ways to learn chord shapes than somebody on the video showing you their hand. You can go out and get your chord chart. Let's see. What's the point of hitting the second of the bottom string? The second time you hit it during the Foggy. You play faster. Oh, with my thumb, the 2-1-2 one with my thumb. Just sounds better, works better. It functions in the roll in the correct order as far as finger sequence too. So that's just the reason we do it. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, Leslie, I use songs to teach people how to play the banjo. I mean, if all you're getting from my videos is a bunch of songs that you can play back just like I showed you in the videos, you've not learned to play the banjo. That's the bad news. Because really, you should be taking those things that I'm teaching you, like in a song, and applying them in other stuff. I mean, I do that just about the last dozen videos I've posted reference previous videos that I've posted using licks from previous videos that I've posted. I mean, so like the last video, what's the last one that I put out there? I don't know, wasn't Dillard, it's the one after that. But anyway, either of those, I'm referencing other songs, and I'm taking pieces that I already know and putting them together. So, let's see. Songs recommended to learn for intermediate level melodic style. Take your pick. Intermediate level, you should be able to pretty much tackle whatever that you can hear in your head. I would say if you are truly at an intermediate level, which I would count that as able to go to a jam, able to pick with other people, able to hum a tune, you should be able to hunt and peck you a melodic break to whatever tune you want to play. You know, learn 8th of January, learn Molly Bloom, learn, you know, whatever. Those are out there, you know, figure, you know, yeah. Would you be able to post a tutorial on how to play Sweet Home Alabama? No. Again, you know, there's not a banjo part in that. And it's just not something, it's not something that ever comes up for me to play. If you've been through my lessons and you are playing the banjo and you're going out and you're picking with friends, you can play Sweet Home Alabama, you can play Freebird, you can play Simple Man, you can play whatever. You can play all the Skinner favorites, but it's not, you know, it's not something that I'm really doing, you know? How do I make my way through old-time fiddle tunes? Well, I hum them. You know, if I know the tune. So let's see, what's a tune that I can hum? Angeline the Baker. That's a D. And so I was sitting humming. Da 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 da. And then I hunt and peck the melodies. And that's kind of, yeah, I mean, I start with a melody in my head, then go, you know, try to mesh it with the chord changes as best I can. Well, Banjo Reacts is talking about he's lefty, but he plays right. Here's my thing. If you don't play a musical instrument, you don't play guitar, you don't play ukulele, you don't play anything, and you're just starting out, both hands have to do something. If y'all have noticed, I play with both my left and my right hand. And so that's, you got to use both hands. So, you know, the argument, well, I'm left-handed. I'm right-handed. And I'm taking my stupid hand and making it do the hard stuff while the smart hand is getting away with easy stuff. If you're lefty, then you can take your smart hand and do this hard stuff and put your stupid hand doing the easy stuff. Let's see. Thanks, Adam. Play Foggy Mountain. Which one? There's a bunch of them. There's Foggy Mountain Special, Foggy Mountain Chimes, Foggy Mountain Top. Let's see, can I recommend a pickup to use on an open back banjo when I play stroke style line? The only pickup that I've found that I actually like is the LR bags. Let's see. Oh, the black spot. It's a thumbtack. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah. Is it me, or does the tone of the banjo sound different when you're playing versus listening? Yes. I always, if I go to buy a banjo, I always take somebody with me or hope there's somebody else there that can play the banjo so I can hear the banjo from the other side of it, because, you know, it's different. It's totally different. Let's see. Cheetah keys. Yep, I love my cheetah keys. They're the bomb. Adam, if folks really love me, they can drop a super chat. Then we see how much y'all love me. Oh, yeah, I'm pandering for money. No, I'm just here picking, drinking my Coke. Do I have any tips for getting a tab into memory when learning a tune? Yeah, I never use tab to learn a tune. I just don't. I don't memorize songs that way. I know I sell tabs. There's tabs to the last dozen or so videos that I've posted. And it pains me to do it, but I post them out there because y'all gotta have them, but you don't need them. And all you're doing is you're just crippling yourselves by using them. And you're trying to memorize this stuff. Earl Scruggs didn't memorize no single tab. J.D. Crowe didn't memorize a single tab. Bela Fleck might have memorized something at some point. Thanks, Julian. Y'all see what Julian did? Y'all can do that too. No, I mean, so I don't memorize tabs, and so I really don't have a tip on how to memorize that. Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Yes, I can play it. I even have a video of how to play that. You could actually go out and learn to play Foggy Mountain. Well, Josh, yeah, sure. Some people learn different ways, but I'm telling you, there's not a single banjo hero of mine that learned to play by memorizing tabs. I just know that. I mean, you know, it's an instrument. One thing I have discovered with so many of my students, is people are not listening to nearly enough banjo. I got Alan Mundy's Banjo Sandwich album years and years ago, record album. Came with tab sheet, had tabs in it. That was before I could read tab. And I took the album, there was Durang's hornpipe. Don't ask me to play it because I don't even remember it. But I took my cassette deck and I recorded Durang's hornpipe on a 90-minute cassette, and just over and over, front and back on the cassette, just that one song, and I put it in my car. And everywhere I went, that's what I listened to in my car. At some point, then I had that tune in my head. I could hear it. I could hum it. I could whistle it. And so when I finally sat down with the banjo, I was able to start piecing it together. Banjo Reacts, thanks so much. Adam Miller, thanks a ton. And Josh, I appreciate it. Jim Newton, thanks so much. Y'all are awesome. Awesome. Have I ever played a long neck banjo? Yeah, I had a student that had one years ago. It's pretty cool. I wish, yeah, I don't wish I had one, but I wish I had one here. There's times it comes up, it'd be like, that'd be cool if I had one of those, but yeah, it's just not something, you know. How's Pete Seeger style going? Well, you know, I've learned some Pete Seeger. You know, I don't. Josh, on the Julia Bell, I've actually played Allison's, and it's a cool banjo. But really, probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my banjos and just put heavier strings on it and tune it down to E. That's basically what it is. I mean, it's a tone ring banjo tuned lower. I stood and played it for a couple of hours one night, and you know, it's like, yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. And I came home with the idea that I was going to just convert one of my banjos. Let's see. Yeah, it's a cool banjo. Of course, you know, the thing of it is with Allison playing it, I mean, she's like so many others. I mean, she can play a cigar box banjo and it's going to sound great. Red Wing. Wow, let's see. Red Wing. Hey, thanks, Peter. Appreciate it. Severin, thank you. Let's see. Do I play any other instruments? Yeah, I play guitar. Started out on mandolin when I was a kid. Still play a little bit of mandolin. Hadn't picked one up in a while though. Play ukulele quite a bit. I play and teach ukulele pretty often. So yeah, I play some other stuff. Let's see here. Can I put nylon strings on it? Yeah. Buying the banjo strings. You may have to get somebody, or if you want to do it yourself, you may have to modify the nut for the thickness of the strings. You may have to modify the bridge for the thickness of the strings, but absolutely, there's people that do that. I have nylons on one of the banjos here. Play Doug's tune. Wow, let's see. Mississippi Sawyer. Well, I should have brought it open back downstairs. There you go, Banjo Rex. See, will I use the same finger twice? Will using the same finger twice really hamper me in playing Scruggs? Yes, it's a problem, especially if you're playing 2 eighth notes in a row. Find another way to do it. Can I post a Road to Columbus tutorial? You know, Road to Columbus is one of those songs which really isn't much of a song at all. It's one of those that we used to, you know, it's just garbage in G, garbage in C. It's not a lot to it. It's just mostly chord changes and rolls. But, you know, and I posted me playing Road to Columbus with Lou Wamp just a short while back. So feel free to go back and look at that and see what I did. But there's really nothing there complicated. Let's see. Harvest Time. Yeah, it's a cool song. I don't guess I've ever played it. Tune that I like. You know, I never really remember, you know, Bill was a friend and a really cool guy, and you know, I learned a bunch of stuff that Bill did, but I never really memorized any of Bill's tunes. Yeah, I don't do the oop pick waltz. Blackjack, man, I'd have to go back and listen to it again. It's been too long since I've played it. Jim, I don't do online classes. You know, I have my videos out here for, you know, I've got my first 10 videos for beginners. And like, if you came to me for private lessons, if you lived where I live and said, hey, will you teach me banjo? I'm like, yep, go do my 10 lesson series first. Go through that, learn that material, then we'll talk. So. differences between plastic and metal finger picks. I use metal finger picks. I don't use the plastic finger picks. I don't know anybody. None of my banjo heroes use plastic finger picks. So this is what I did. Don Reno. Let's see. No, I don't. I mean, I can fake my way through some stuff. How long does it take for the average student to go through the beginner series? You know, I don't know what's average. I think you could do one a week. You know, if you came to me for lessons, that's all you would get each week, and go practice that for a week. So it should take you 10 weeks to get through the beginner series. I mean, if you're practicing and really practicing, not just half practicing, but actually practicing and getting it in your head and it really being learned. Silver Eagle. Wow. There you go, Moosh. Some Silver Eagle for you. Banjo reacts. Just spend the time, get those rolls, just take your time. What kind of capo do I use? I have on this banjo, well, I don't have it on the banjo, it's actually off the banjo. This is it's a McKinney. I've had this one for years and years. And that's what, and I usually just keep it up here. And why it's off, I don't even know. It's laying here, I guess it was bugging me or something, but I just usually leave it right there. What books would I recommend for Scruggs style? Get the Earl Scruggs book. Simple enough. Best gig I ever played. Best gig I ever played. Well, it wasn't a gig, it was a tour. We did two tours of Ireland, and that was absolute. It was awesome. Like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 different tours, and they were both just amazing. Getting used to the finger picks. Yeah, just put them on. Just use them. Don't pick without them. Yeah, so that's the biggest tip I can give you on finger picks. Just put them on. Just bend them, you know, to where they're shaped, you know, kind of normal, curved, and just wear them. Don't pick without them. You know, put them on when you pick, and that's the only way you're ever going to get used to them. Under the Double Eagle, no, that'd be a different tune, Ryan. Which I don't actually play. But I'll try anything, y'all. It's just pretty much. Let's see. Uh-oh. How's that for earthquake? Let's see. No, I don't really play any Irish tunes or anything like that. 7 Virtues as what I consider some simple play-along videos. Probably not. There's stuff like that online. I just played along with the recordings that I wanted to learn. And now with YouTube, you can play along with the Foggy Mountain Banjo album, Earl Scruggs, whatever, you know, and you can slow this stuff down. So that's what I did. and play switch rolls. And I would never, you know, you can bet on this one. You can go to the bank with this one. Jim will not post a backup arrangement to a song. That's just not how backup works. Do I? Do I actually have to give you Soldier's Joy? Back up and push. Man, I hadn't thought of that in forever. I can play it, but I don't have it in my head. Back up and push, is that the same as Rubber Dolly? Yeah, I can fake my way through it with licks I know. Hey, a bunch of y'all are here. Time for a sip. Bobby, congratulations for getting to level 6, lesson 6. Tips for staying motivated when learning process gets a little frustrating and slow going. You just keep going. Just play. You know, you just do it. Don, thanks a bunch, man. Don Anderson. Way to go, man. I appreciate it. Any songs you wrote not out there? What's your favorite clawhammer? Hey, you know, I don't know if I've got any real favorite clawhammer. And June Apple. Do I remember June Apple? I don't remember June Apple. I mean, I know I've played it. I think if you root around on my old Banjo Hangout profile, there may be an audio file of me playing June Apple. I'd have to go listen to it to remember how it goes, too. Girl I Left Behind. Wow. You know, Raymond Fairchild plays that. First song I ever learned. Yeah, that was my first song. Any plans to visit Europe, Ireland again? Man, I hope so. So we'll see. unique song, I know. I don't know. You know, I think I've been to the Dunmore Festival. Seems like a few years ago. Whoa, mule, whoa. Yeah, I don't play it. I mean, videos out there. I used to play it all the time. Let's see. Let's see. Hot corn, cold corn? Very well, Uncle Bill, see you in the morning. Yes, sir. Which David Hamilton, are you talking about Bean Blossom? I've never been to Bean Blossom. I'm a homebody. J.E.Cell, you missed Foggy Mountain Breakdown. You'll have to go listen to it on the playback. Let's see. Square dancing tunes. Yeah, you know, I used to play a bunch of contra dances around here. Do I ever find myself leaning a particular part of a song? Oh, sure. You know, there's sometimes some parts of the song really, you know, is asking for it. David, I did play a festival. Gosh, this has been 1992. It's been, 30 years ago? I played in Rosine. That's been a while. I was a young man. Let's see. Oh, that walk down in Earl's Breakdown. I never do that. I mean, let's see. About the only, Jay Bryant, the only time I'd ever use that would probably be if I was doing an extra long-ended. But I don't use it. I mean, I'll use it if I wind up having to play Earl's Breakdown, which I don't know if I have him forever. A version of Wildwood Flower. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, folks, we've been here over an hour. Let's see here. Whiskey Before Breakfast. Is that, let's see, that one is. play smoother? Well, practice slower. Be real precise with what you're doing, and just you know, work with a metronome if you need to. Work with recordings and play with other people. But slowing stuff down will definitely smooth things out. We're gonna. Jazz, I don't know about Waylon Jennings' song there. It's not one I've ever even attempted. Hey, Seven Virtues, thanks a ton. Appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, Mac, I probably will. Clawhammer recommendations. Well, that's a good question. You know, like tunes to learn. If you know, if you don't already play, then you know, it's. Hang on while I make an adjustment here. Y'all bear with me. Things about to get shaky. There we go. Da-da-da. Yeah. I'm only back up so far here. How long have I been playing the banjo? Banjo for life, way longer than I almost like to admit, because I should be a whole lot better than I am. But I started playing the banjo in 1977. So, yeah, a long time. A long time. Russell Hughes, get the Earl Scruggs, Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs Foggy Mountain Banjo album. You need to be listening to that every day. You need to wake up to it. You need to be listening to it while you're getting ready in the morning. You need to be listening to it in your car. Listen to that. Heck, I need to be listening to that. Robert, I mean, if you're just learning clawhammer, start out with, you know, like if you're already playing three finger, I've got a video series, but I teach Cripple Creek. I mean, that's the first thing I teach clawhammer. Can I play blues clawhammer? I'm sure somebody can. I don't really play a lot of blues. I play bluegrass. I don't really play much bluegrass. much bluegrass, much blues in that either. And don't play much bluegrass clawhammer either. So, you know, it's just not something I do. Yeah, Dooley's a little tricky with that Dillard, that 1-2-1. Yeah, that roll's a tricky roll. Yeah, Big Chief, I've played a bunch of Deering banjos. Good friend of mine has a Deering Ivanhoe. Well, they're really, really nice ones. Baker, shucking the corn. I've heard of that one. I think I actually did a lesson on that. thanks for buying one of the SOB shirts. I appreciate it. I had a real hard time deciding whether or not I was going to put that out there. It was just too good to pass up. It's like, yeah, most wholesome man on the internet sells SOB shirts. I just I just had to do it. First banjo you got, and how much was it? I had a K banjo. I got it in the mid 70s, and it was probably 150 bucks. Just a cheap banjo. You missed Flint Hill Special. I actually did it with my eyes closed. Stroker Ace. Nope, sorry, don't do any Charlie Daniels. You know, I know mostly bluegrass stuff. Well, I didn't really disappear. I've been posting videos every week or so since forever. Occasionally I go a couple weeks without one, but yeah, I've been right here. What thumb pick? This is a blue chip JD Crow, and I've been using a blue chip pick since 2009. It's kind of the only pick that I like much anymore. Did I enjoy Hee Haw? You betcha I did. I still like Hee Haw. I'll go back and watch the reruns. Well, hello. I can't say your name. I can't even read that. But I kind of know where you might be from. Yeah, Buck Trent, man, I liked Buck's stuff. Yeah, Buck did some cool licks that I use a bunch of Buck's stuff. Banjo for life. Yeah, I did. I pretty much learned to play banjo in church. Anytime I would learn something new, I try to figure out how to apply it. And I learned, just how to play with others, pretty much playing at church. Yeah, I'm a Christian. How often do I play with others? Not as often as I should, but I don't know. I got a group that I play with, so I'll be playing with them this weekend. I noodled with Earl's Breakdown just a minute ago too. Lorena, John Hartford plays that. Why do I prefer this one? Because they're still working and I've had to retune. With the Keith tuners, the ones that replace these tuners, I wouldn't still be, if I'd had to retune, I wouldn't have been able to just reach right up and do that. So I do prefer these. How often do I change my strings? Not nearly often enough because I'm cheap. But depends on how much I'm playing. So if I'm playing a lot, I definitely change my strings more often. Let's see here. Let's see, how can I convince my girlfriend now's the time to buy a better quality banjo? your money. Buy the banjo. You can get a new girlfriend. Don't ask me for dating advice or anything like relationship advice. I'm not your man. But just get a banjo. It's the biggest disadvantage to fingers versus picks. Yeah, fingers aren't nearly loud enough. If you're going to play bluegrass, you need picks. Grandfather's clock, I can do that. Yeah, I'm with Sears Tower. Just don't tell her, you know. Just don't buy a new case. Just put the new banjo in the old case. Yeah, you know, and it's easier to ask forgiveness than it is permission. Grandfather's clock. Out of tune, sorry. Bear tracks, Ryan, which bear tracks? The Porter Wagner one or the J.D. Crowe one? And I probably don't know either of them. Let's see. Banjo started making strange ringing sound while playing some chords and using while fourth string. Man, I don't know. I'm not your guy there either. But not without having the banjo in my hand. Why did I start playing the banjo? Because it was there. I've always loved the banjo. All right, Severin. Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate the super chat too. That was awesome. I do not do tricks. I turn no tricks, neither personally or with the banjo. I mean, I might do a yo-yo trick on stage, but that's about it. Moosh, Slewfoot. Well, how the mountain boys, tell me what you see. Bear tracks, looking back at me. Better get your rifles, boys, for it's too late. Bear's got a little pig, he's headed for the gate. He's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. Ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Play a mule? You mean Woe Mule? I played that just a minute ago really terribly. Does your favorite banjo have a name? I don't name my banjos. This is the Recording King M5. That's what I refer to it as, is the M5. A banjo needs a name. Yeah, I've never named them. I don't have names on any of my banjo. Sled riding. Oh gosh, you know that I get that one confused with Little Dave. ukulele or guitar. Ukulele pretty doggone often. I mean, 3 or 4 days a week. I mean, I keep, there's one on my desk that's out that just says, hey, pick me up and play me. Let's see here. Cherokee Shuffle. That's not it. Give me a minute for my brain to settle. I might remember it. Yeah, I don't do. Yeah, I did one mule just a little bit ago, just really terribly. Hearing is just terrible, and it's still terrible, and it will always be terrible. But you know, yeah, I don't really do much 2-finger or much old-time 3-finger. I mean, I just mostly play bluegrass. Do old-time clawhammer. First instrument, saxophone. I started out on saxophone in the 4th grade, and I don't play it anymore. Hang on a second, folks. I'm about to roast. I'm back. I thought it was getting hot in here. I don't know why. Let's see here. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Let me deal with this. There we go. Do a little business here. Let's see. We're closer to the end of this thing anyway. My battery's about to croak. Banjo straps. You know, I like these. This is a Huber. It's a Huber strap. I really like it. Attending your first jam. Yeah, just hang in there. Just go and sit somewhere where you can listen. Sit somewhere you can watch the other players and see what they're doing. Would you see any advantage to play with 4 fingers? Like, nah, not me. Not at this point. Maybe 30 years ago, I might have given it some thought, but right now, no. I'm just kind of stuck playing the way I am. I sure don't see an advantage to it. Folks, well, I think we're pretty close to the end of this thing. Hey, Rich. Folks, I am out of here. We'll see y'all next time. See you soon. We'll do this again. I promise.